So I'm here with Kristian Cooke, the starting inside centre for the Blues varsity team. Kristian, you've played in the last two varsity games. How are you feeling about the match this year?
Yeah, no, I've played in the last two. I was on the bench last year and the year before I started at 12. Last two is probably the best thing for this one, I think. I was pretty devastated in the last two. The team collective, you put a huge amount into it, and obviously not to get the result was very disappointing. But I think the difference this year is the whole culture in the club and the squad. Brigo, captain Will Briggs, and then Frank have done a great job in setting the culture, and there's quite a few old heads, but a lot of the new guys, despite being new guys, they're actually old heads as well. The average age is better in the team, and I think we've got just a quiet confidence in our team, just focus on ourselves, a lot more of that this year rather than looking at other place, and just concentrate on ourselves. If we perform to our best ability on the day, I think we've definitely got a big W in us, so it'll be great.
Excellent. I was at last year's game and I was in the crowd, and you dominated the game for the first 60 minutes or so, and then all of a sudden it just seemed to slip away from you guys. Oxford had a few moments of brilliance and I couldn't really believe what was happening. How did you feel when that happened last year? I mean, what was the general sort of feeling in the squad after the game?
I think the biggest disappointing thing was we kind of went into our shell. We stopped expressing ourselves, and kind of they changed their dynamic of their game. Their 9 and 10 changed and put a lot more tempo into the game, and we kind of just lost control of the game, which is the biggest disappointing thing. We kind of let it slip, and we didn't really just play our game and stick to our game plan, because if we did, we definitely would have won the game. I have full belief in that. And whereas this year, that's the big thing we've tried to focus on, is closing out games, building that confidence in the team that it's full 80, you keep the foot on the gas the whole time. Even in the 60s game the other day, they were 24-7 up, and 10 minutes to go, Oxford got two or three quick tries. They're going to be in a draw. So big thing for us is not to let it slip and make sure our game management, I think, is key. And it's just another game at the end of the day. The emotion will be there because you're in front of the people, and this week and whatnot, it's been great. So it's just keeping our heads and having our 9-10, Donny and Pecky, just controlling us and putting us in the right areas of the field, really.
Great stuff. Obviously, your season is built around this one game, and it's quite an odd scenario to be in. I mean, obviously, most other rugby players have about 30 games a season to sort of build up to maybe a final. With that in mind, obviously, you said that you focus on yourself so far this season and getting everything right in your camp. How much time do you actually spend looking at Oxford? I mean, do you actually have a lot of preparation, maybe videos or scouting of their team to help you prepare, or is that not an issue?
No, we definitely look into the opposition, but as I said, the biggest primary focus for us is do what we can do, beat your opposite man, your individual skill set and individual kind of physical collisions, and the result will look after itself. If we play our best rugby on the day, I fully believe we'll win the game. And it's always on the day, the game. It's always a favourite, but it's always completely on the day, and whoever kind of performs to their best ability. And of course we look at their danger men and a few of their tricks up their sleeves and keep a few of ours and try and play the right hand. But I think the main thing is just focus on ourselves and play what we know. I think it's the key, and I think we can do that. So.
Okay, great stuff. A bit more of a light-hearted question now. So I've had a bit of information that your starting number 8, Sam Farmer, is the resident DJ. Can you give us your thoughts on his set skills? Do you think he's actually any good, or do you think his music's actually quite poor?
Sammy Farmer, yeah, well, Sam's a bit of a character. He's in the change room. He likes to get a bit of a bop going, a bit of kind of dance, housey music, and some of them are quite good, but some go a bit too deep and dingy for me. I'm more of a kind of relaxed atmosphere in the change room, a bit of Shaggy, a bit of Angel, that sort of thing's more my sort of vibe. But no, Farmer likes to try to get a bit too serious sometimes, and a few of the boys, especially the older lads, Scotty and Annette, and that are just frowned upon. I think it's giving them a headache. So we're going to have to change that for the varsity, I think, but everyone puts the headphones on. Farmer just listens on his own, thinks everyone's having a good time, but it's just him, really. So yeah, it's all right.
Okay, great stuff. Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers. Thank you.